it's lights out and very good. It's a good start from both Mata and Cobb. Getting the bear exit and both of them spun simultaneously. Heading into the Camel Straight, still going side by side as well. Side by side into the Curva Grande. Are they going to keep it side by side with Iceman? Yuri going for the dive bomb. Can he make it work? He's gone off a bit. And look at that. Oh, right here, right now. Otherwise, the undercut will not work. It's going to be very, very close. Iceman just gets ahead of Kyle there. Mata comes across the line, and he's your VSL Season 6 champion. Hello everybody and welcome along to VSL Season 7. This is round number 11 and we head to Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. It first hosted a race this year in real life and we saw Max Verstappen win his home Grand Prix. Will we see a Dutch driver win today? Well, we'll find out the answer to that question in just over an hour's time. My name is Jess and I'll be your only commentator today. Unfortunately, Red Matt is unable to make it tonight. And this circuit has hosted 31 races so far in Formula One's history. It sits 11th in the all-time list of circuits that hosted the most Formula One races. It was actually first in the Formula One calendar back in 1952, but obviously it was back this year. Alberto Ascari took the win in the Ferrari, and it's hard to predict on how the drivers are going to fare tonight. There has been changeable conditions in the past around this track in league racing. I can't remember what the weather was like in VSL last season, because I had a feeling we were there last season as well. In some races it could start off dry and then go wet towards the end. Some it could go dry to wet. You never know. So I hope the drivers are prepared with whatever is thrown at them today, because you never know what could happen. So, a few things about this track. It was part of the wave of post-war motorsport back then that swept across Europe. This circuit is situated in the west of Amsterdam, and it was 35 years ago that the great Niki Lauda took his 25th and final Grand Prix victory here at Zandvoort. He came from 10th on the grid to beat his McLaren teammate Alain Prost by just 0.2 of a second. Will we see the winner battle and have that smaller a gap? Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? It has 14 corners, 4 to the left and 10 to the right with 2 DRS zones. Let's have a quick look at the track now, actually. It has one at the start, finish straight, going towards turn 1 and one end of set to 2 before the tight right hand of turns 10 to 11. This is where we can see the most overtaking opportunities. Now, this circuit is known as a real old school track with fast banked and challenging corners. I love the banking towards the final corner. Kind of reminds me of Indianapolis. A trumping 18 degrees banking, so it will remain a proper challenging driver's track. So without further ado, less blabbling on from me about the track. We'll go straight to the qualifying session. Hopefully everybody is doing well today, and we have got a full grid tonight, which is great to see. And we have a mixture of tyres. Dun dun dun. So we have a mixture of people on the medium tyres to start their bankers, and then a few people on the soft. Who is on the soft? So I can go on board with a hot lap. Let's go on board with Panos, who's our current championship leader by 10 points. So let's have a look then. You're going to get into the DRS line as early as you possibly can. For turn 1, you'll need to look at the 150 metre board and then brake around 100. You hit that late apex, go full throttle as the car is straight. Your turning point is at the next board here. And then you're going to be going into third gear, and then you're going to be heading towards past turn 3. Heading towards turn 4. The sooner you can straighten the car on exit, the sooner you can floor the throttle here as well. And then heading towards turn 6 and 7. This should give you no trouble at all, but do watch out for the dirty air. For some corners, slightly touch on the brakes. Turns 8 and 9 can be quite deceptive at times. Get your car as far to the right hand side of the circuit as you can. And another tricky right hand of turn 10. We're now going to be heading towards the DRS zone, which can be a good overtaking opportunity if you choose. Clip that left apex, a little bit of a swerve from Panos as he goes towards turn 13 and then heading towards turn 14. The banking that you just see in there is kind of like a roller coaster, as you can see, and he head towards the final corner. What is his banker lap time going to be? It's a 1:11.2, which puts him in P2 for now. Not the fastest guy on the circuit. The fastest man is set by Kyle with a 1:11.0. And I'm just seeing who's about to cross the line next. We do have AlphaTauri. We have Casper, who is filling in for, I believe, Maverick this week. He's about to start his lap. And then we got the two McLarens, actually, who, well, Flexi did score points. So did P, actually. So they did finish the race last week where we were in Belgium. There was quite a lot of safety cars, which shook the race up a little bit. The weather didn't play much of a factor, though. It was just a normal dry running. So Pete's kind of sitting in 4th place on the medium tyres. Next come across the line will be a Haas car. I believe that'll be Kieran. Yes, it is Kieran. Or is he on his out lap? No, it was another Haas I saw. My bad. We got Dax, who's in this week. Now, we had a good race last week until... was it last week? Can't remember if it was last week. Until he got involved in an unfortunate incident. Now, Lee is not here this week, so that's why he's filling in for him. We'll see how he racks up around this circuit compared to everybody. I believe he's invalidated one of his lap times, so unfortunately he's unable to complete it. He probably will go into the pits. We do have Alfa Romeo. Now we got Hotru. I can't even say his name. I do apologise. I believe he's another reserve driver. Who is filling in for? Let me have a look. Hayden, who can't be here tonight. And he's currently sitting in the pits. Now, someone has already gone for a spin on the exit towards turn 3. And that is, unfortunately, Tony. And we do have a Mercedes that's going to come across the line too. I keep getting confused when a Mercedes. It is Kev, who'll probably be going into the pits. Yes, he does go into the pits. Now, there was a few interesting moments about this track, which I have to say I really love, as Pax comes across the line and goes provisional pole position. So 1:10.9. I wonder if we could see 1:09s, but I think 1:10s is the times that we're going to most likely going to be seeing tonight. And I have to say, the atmosphere when the cars are there in real life is just absolutely insane. It doesn't look the same some corners as that took some of the braking marker boards off. Kieran, who's on the mediums, is about to finish his lap. So let's see what he can do. He's currently sitting P18. Oh, it's you, Hayden. Okay, it's you, Hayden. I thought you were a reserve. Right, I'm still calling you Hayden. I can't pronounce your name. I'm rubbish at pronouncing names, okay? But Kieran comes across the line in P9. And we do have an Alpine coming across the line. I think it's Ryan Berry's about to start his lap. Newgarden's just gone past turn 3. Ahmed's purple first sector, so that's looking quite good. And Jamie has slowed down a little bit, so he won't improve. So watch if anyone is about to finish. It could be one of the other Williams, actually. It could be Mata, who won last week's race. After a long time coming, don't forget he is the defending champion. So he's got a lot to live up to. He has been struggling on this year's game. But he is starting to find his feet a bit more. Get used to the surroundings. Could this be another race where he turns things around and keeps up his good form? As Mercedes was parked in the middle of the track. Well, not the middle of the track, but off the track into the grass. So I don't think he was happy with his lap. Newgarden just got past him now. In the Red Bull. Currently sitting last. Now sits P17. Now this is one of the only tracks apart from Jeddah that I haven't not driven on this game. I think I've driven all the other tracks on this game, but not Zandvoort, and Jeddah. So there we go. But I'm sure there's another track that I haven't driven, but I can't really remember on the top of my head. So we'll go through your championship standings after qualifying, because we have a 2-minute break whilst the drivers get their setups on. There is a 2-minute rule that the drivers must follow. And if they don't follow it, they will be penalised. And there were some stewards' inquiries last week. There was quite a lot of incidents sent to the stewards. And I need to actually try and remember what they were. So there was a first incident between Flexi, who's currently sitting in pole position, and Dax. There was a 5-second penalty for Dax, which will be added onto his next race, which is today. And Jury has binned it, or has he binned it in the pits? Is anyone crossing the line? I can go on board and see if his car's still there. Hayden has retired as well. But this time, exit of turn 1. So already 2 retirements already, but yeah. The reason why Dax got a 5-second penalty added onto this race is Dax failed to leave sufficient room to Sam, leading to a collision between them. And there was a second incident between Flexi Newgarden and Kyle. 5-second time penalty added to Kyle's race time at Belgium. So he got moved down to P3. For causing the incident on the start-finish straight, Kyle showed lack of situational awareness, leading to the incident. And then there was a racing incident between Pete and Kyle. And I can't remember what the other incidents were. So there we go. Those were your incidents. As Panos is currently sitting fastest, who beats Flexi's time at the moment. So the track is evolving quite quickly, and there's more yellow flags showing right now, which strongly suggests that people are probably trying to move out the way. And Iceman, who wants a good result today, he's looking quite fast around this track at 1:10.7. Was fast in the final sector as well, so he's looking very impressive in the Aston Martin. And Aston Martin will need to have some good points this race, because as it stands in the Constructors, which I'll go through in a bit more detail in a second, they're currently sitting in 6th place, so almost in the top half of the championship, but not quite. But they're in the top of the second half, so it is, to be honest, better than nothing. As Casper's been on those mediums for 6 laps. Now, I hope he's not going to be starting on those medium tyres. So you're probably going into the pit soon, or maybe he's hiding his true pace right now. Maybe he's just waiting until the right moment, and then he could possibly do a lap at the last minute. But sometimes you do not want to do that. Sometimes you only have 1 lap to make a good first impression, and if you don't deliver, then in a bit of trouble. Ahmed is set at 1:44.5, so he must have binned it somewhere on his previous few laps. J-Luke has been on the tyres for 4 laps as well. So again, I think he's getting a bit of a feel. I was just checking I had it on tyre, not best. Sometimes I do get confused about that. As Jamie does indeed go into the pit. Ryan, the Alpine has spun again, turn 3, and he's... Oh, where did he go? Oh, I must have clicked another driver, but he's almost spun into the wall. He might have done, actually. He might have done, which is not ideal. And he's currently sitting quite well in the championship still, Mr. Ironberry. But a bad result like that will probably be remembered. Might all be going into the pits soon. I think there'll be quite a lot of people going into the pits very shortly. almost people will be on their outlap. So Carl's on his outlap. Kieran is on his outlap. We got Matt Ryan on his outlap as well. So it is the calm before the storm. Now they're going a bit early than usual to start their final laps. Now, I haven't been told what the weather is going to be like for the race. So I'm a bit confused as to why they're going out now. I thought they would be waiting to the last minute, but I think they just want to be sure that they can possibly get a couple of laps in. And maybe them starting on 2-lap old softs won't be too bad. But for me, out of all the tracks on this game, this is one of the tracks where you've got to be very, very careful with your tyre wear. And I do mean it. Because there is so much understeer around this circuit that if you made the slightest of mistakes, it can cause you trouble in the spin and your tyre temperatures could just go through the roof. And I'm not even kidding. So, Matt Ryan. He's going to come across the final few corners. Some nice named corners and, oh, was that not an invalidation? Okay. Interesting. But he's going to lose a bit of time and it's going to be a 111.4. He does improve, but not in position. P15. His teammate, which is Casper, he's still out there. Fair play to him. I hope it's not a glitch of the game, but I think that will be his final lap because he does not have time to go out again on the fresh softs unless he comes in now. And there's a soft tyre in the pit lane, jeez. P16 for Casper. I think he wants to start on those harder tyres in the race, huh? So we do have a Williams, I believe, about to start his final lap, which is J-Luke. Ryan Berry. He's about to, I think, cross the line. Nope, he's going to the pit, so that will be his qualifying over. We got a Ferrari of Petr Dax. Is he about to start? Oh! That's not how you do that, my friend, Dax. That is blocking. Because he's on, Petr Dax is on his outlap, so I think the stewards will be looking at that. And they will have POVs from both drivers, so I think blocking someone in qualifying, I think, is a quali ban for the next race. I might be wrong. But yeah, you do not want to do that. Maybe you didn't see him. I don't know. But anyway, there's a lot of traffic going through turn 13 and 14 right now. So people got to get their laps in as quick as they can. Some people may have time for two. So here comes Sam. Panos as well through turn 7 and 8. As more people have retired from the pits. And we got one of the Williams, J-Luke. He'll be setting his penultimate lap. He's got enough ERS to go again. And he does go again because his lap that he just did was not good enough. He does not improve. We do have an Alpine who's gone into the pits. Tony's about to start his out lap. Ahmed has just retired from the session. We've got... Oh, as J-Luke's had a bit of a spin. Oh, there's quite a few contact being made there. As Panos goes top of the timing sheets with a 110.7. Now, that was a pile-up in turn 3, if I do say so myself. And Petr Dax does apologise for the incident that he did. Good to man up and say, oh, it's my fault. Matt Ryan. He can't improve, but Matto improves to a 110.5. Iceman now improves to 110.4. Then we have a Hasco who comes across the line. Mike, can he get any better? He improves on... No, he doesn't improve on time. So he stays in P17. Iceman, I think, can go again. I think he can go again. I don't think many people can improve on their lap times. Pete, though, is 2 tenths up on his middle sector. He's improving quite a lot. So this could be a challenge for pole. Iceman's got it at the moment. Panos improves for P5. Kieran P4. Pete P3. And I think that'll be it then for qualifying. And I've just been told in the chat that the weather is all dry for the race. So, no changeable conditions, as I predicted. But that means we actually get to see the driver's pure skill in the drive, which is very exciting. So Iceman obviously is not going to improve on his time. He doesn't need to. He'll probably be going into the pits and saying, oh, I'm loving life. I'm going to be on pole. So I hope you enjoyed that qualifying session, because I definitely did. And how will this stack up in the race? Now, I've said in many streams that qualifying is important, but qualifying, I would say, is even more important around Zandvoort, because when I drive around Zandvoort, I like the flowing track, I do. But I like it as a quali lap or a hot lap. I don't like racing there, because it's hard to overtake for the dirty air. Now, that is it then for qualifying. So we'll take you through your running order. Well, your starting grid order, as I like to call it. So we got Iceman on pole, Flexi in P2, Pete in P3, Mata P4, Kieran P5, Panos P6, Patinio P7, Kyle P8, Tony P9, Petrodax in 10th. They'll be starting on the soft tyres because they qualified inside the top 10. Then the ones we have free tyre choice are J-Luke, Ryan Berry, Hayden. Sorry, I'm still calling you Hayden. I know you want a fresh start, but I'm still calling you Hayden. Kev, Matt Ryan, Casper, Mike, Yuri, Newgarden, and Ahmed. Ahmed did not set a representative lap time, unfortunately. So without further ado, it gives us a perfect opportunity to go through the driver's standings. So Panos is currently leading the way with 149 points. Flexi is second with 139. Mata is third with 113. Carl is fourth with 108. Fifth is Ryan Berry with 93. Sixth is Acon 95, also known as Deck, with 71. But Deck is not here tonight, unfortunately. 7th is Kieran on 65. 8th is Casper on 60. 9th is Pete on 56. 10th is Hayden on 55. 11th is Iceman on 54. 12th is Tony on 43. 13th is J-League on 41. 14th is Cliffy on 40. 15th is Kev with 38. 16th is Slenderman with 20. 17th is Yuri with 18, joint with Pedinho. 19th is Lee. Lee's not here tonight either. He's on 16th, as well as Matt Ryan. Second page, here we go. 21st, Mike with 13. 22nd, Newgarden 12. 23, Risky 11. 24th, Dave on 10, joint with Ahmed. And we got Maverick, Goodlib, Beaker, Delta, and Petrodax yet to score. And the Constructors Championship looks exactly like this. So, Williams are leading with 204 points, closely followed by Alfa Romeo in second on 200. Third is McLaren on 195. Fourth is Ferrari with 165. Fifth is Alpine with 161. Sixth is Aston Martin with 105. Seventh is Haas with 98. Eighth is Mercedes on 69. Ninth is Red Bull on 38. And 10th is AlphaTauri with 26 points. And just before we head to the race, a brief reminder about our sponsor. We are sponsored by Rogue Energy, and you can use the code VSLF1 for 10% off. If you want to buy their products, you can go onto their website at rogueenergy.com. They do some fantastic bundles, and I recommend you check that out. I'll repeat the website again, rogueenergy.com, and you can use the code VSLF1 for 10% off. So we're about to get started with the race. Let us know your predictions in qualifying. Well, for the race, as to who you think is going to win the race. Will the man who started in pole position, will he win? Or will there be someone else that'll be taking the top step of the podium today. But we saw Mata last week. Will we see a different one? Will we see Yuri get a good result? Well, he didn't have a good qualifying, did he? So not looking good for him in his home track at the moment. Obviously, Casper, I felt like his pace could have been higher, but maybe he was hiding off a bit of pace and saving it for the race. Maybe he wanted to start off low and finish higher. But like I said, it's a hard track to overtake in. So probably not the best track to do a last two challenge, but you never know, it could work. And will we see some safety cars? That is going to be my question, as my stream deck has almost crashed into thin air, which I did not want to happen. So we are about to get started with the race then. With the formation lap, don't forget. And I had a bit of a moment. My tablet, it nearly shut down my computer. That wouldn't have been good because I did not want to miss the start. So I should have balanced my tablet like that. I really feel bad now. Right, tyre strategy then in 3, 2, 1. So, obviously the top 10 we've got on the softs. We've got J-Luke's on the mediums. Let me find J-Luke actually. There he is. Come on, there we go. So, J-Luke is on the mediums. Then we've got Ryan Berry, he's on the softs. Hayden is on the hard compounded tyres. Kev is on the hards, Matt Ryan's on the mediums, Casper's on mediums, Mike's on mediums, Yuri's on softs. Now, he wants to get past quite a lot of people straight away, but like I said, it's going to be tricky, but you never know, he can prove us wrong. He likes his track. Newgarden, his teammates on the mediums, and Ahmed is on the mediums. So, quick note on the tyres. The softs can last 14 laps. The mediums can last 20 laps. And the hards can last 25 laps. The softs being 5 tenths, almost 6 tenths quicker than the mediums, and 1 second quicker than the hards. And the mediums are around about 5 tenths quicker than the hard compounded tyres. And it's more than likely going to be a soft to hard strategy today, a 1-stop. Or we could see people try the 2-stop, or we could see someone go brave, because you never know with this game. Someone that we thought was going to do a 2-stop around Canada in a race I commentated a couple of weeks ago, they made it soft to medium. Same with Mexico, they did soft to medium. Somehow. Don't know how they did it. It might just be they're so good on tyre wear. But there we go. Who's about to get ready for the 11th round of VSL? It is the Dutch Grand Prix. It's the final round before our break week. So there will be no race next week, I believe. I think I've got my dates right, because I did know there is one, but we'll just double check. So we'll be checking the chat throughout the race. And we're not on lap 2, don't worry. But anyway, here we go. The 5 red lights are coming on. A long hole, where we are eventually underway. Let's see who gets a better getaway. It's actually one of the McLarens of Sam, who's got a perfect start. Mata had a big start as well. The McLaren's been left for dust there. Heisman has dropped down to P2. Panos now up into P3. All these stunty overtake left, right, centre. And Kyle is already out the race. Kyle is already out the race. And I do see some end plays everywhere. And we got a VSC. And that was one of the quickest. Well, last week we saw Vitinho retire before turn 1. Today we saw Kyle, but at least he made it through turn 1 and he crashed in turn 2. And now we've got a safety car. So yeah, it's definitely kind of a replica to what we saw last week, but I do not see a point of the drivers going into the pits. I think Kyle is a little bit angry about that. I don't blame him. I didn't really see what happened there to cause Kyle to crash, so I can't really judge about that. Now, the ones on the hard tyres, they're probably going to struggle even more because they only were going for like 1 or 2 corners. We're seeing quite a lot of people. Well, I thought I saw quite a lot of people going to the pits, but obviously not. Bit of a change then. So we got Matta, Kieran, Martinio and Mike. And now some of them might have got front wing damage. Some of them got stock goes as well. Now, let me check race director a second. Pit stops. So, apart from Martinio, everyone's pit stops is strategic. So there we go. That is intriguing, to say the least. But as not really a surprise, not many people have pitted. So let's see who has gained the most positions so far in this race. So here we go. So we've got obviously Sam, Flexi, he's gained 1. Panos, who's gained 3, had a perfect start actually. Dats gained 5 positions. Ryan Berry's gained 6. Tony's gained 2. J Luke's gained 3. Hayden's gained 4. Casper's gained 6, so he's had a good start. Kev's gained 3. Matt Ryan's gained 3. Yuri has gained 5. Amit's gained 5. And Newgarden has gained 2. Biggest losers so far, obviously Matta dropped down 10. But they may have pitted strategically. Kieran down 11. Mike down 1 and he's pitted again. Or is that his first stop? Let me have a look. No, it's going to be his second stop. I don't think Nahar's going to make it to the end, my friend. Or maybe he chose the wrong time. He was wanting to go on the hards. Well, he was not going to lose out anyway because he was going to be near the back anyway. So there we go. So the ones I think to gain the most out of this situation are the medium runners like J Luke, because they didn't get involved in any scraps or anything and avoided the carnage. Quite a lot of the soft runners pitted. I think obviously 1 retired. Obviously Yuri gained quite a bit as well. And I did say obviously he gained quite a bit in opening laps. And he did so today. Now, safety car is in this lap. Laps do fly by around this circuit because it is quite a short lap. So, Sam is going to be your safety car. He's going to be the one that controls the field. And is he going to be the driver to win this race today? Well, we'll find out in about 40 minutes' time. He can go from the safety car line, which is pretty much any time from now. But he's leaving it super late. And he goes now. Everyone has been caught off guard. Especially Iceman, because Panos, his restart is fantastic. Iceman's been left for dust here. And they're all trying to use their ERS to fall the fetching. Turn 1 they go. Panos to the right-hand side. He's going to get a better exit into turn 2 and 3. Beautifully timed from the Ferrari driver, and he's up to second place. Pete, who also having a good start, he's probably going to pressure Iceman, but Dat is trying to get a run on Pete towards turn 5 and 6. A little bit of a touch there, but Pete just covers off the inside, and Pete stays in 4th position. I have to say that could have ended in tears, but unfortunately, well, fortunately, it didn't end in tears there. As Newgarden is into the pit, as J Luke has got the 2 Alpines in a sandwich. So I wanted the 2 Alpine drivers will be working together. J Luke's got to try and get past now. No DRS is activated yet. They can't use it until the 3rd lap after the safety car. came in. So it's not going to be... Oh, as Ryan Berry's gone into a spin. Iceman has been collected as well. Oh, my God. And we've got another safety car. They're just... Oh, jeez. What is going on? I think what happened was Ryan Berry got off to a spin. But did Iceman spin on his own accord there? And it's hard to tell because obviously I'm by myself today and it's hard to capture every single battle, but we haven't had many green flags running at all. We're on lap 5, but we got another safety car. I thought we were going to get none around Zandvoort because it's so hard to overtake. Jeez. This looks like it's going to be another crazy race, and Red Matt, unfortunately, is missing it. He's probably going to be regretting missing it, but of course he's got some important uni work to do, so fair play to him for getting it done. Well, trying to get it done anyway, because he's better than me, because obviously when I was at uni I procrastinated a lot. So you're already doing better than me when I was at uni. Well, I did drop out, so because I found uni too difficult. But anyway, I do not want to talk about that. So, no DRS yet, but will people take advantage of that safety car and pit? Dax does. He goes on to the mediums then, so is it expected to rain at the end of the race? Because if I think Dax is committed to a 2-stop. There's no way those mediums can get to the end. Now, I am looking, let me have a look at my notes as to how long the mediums last again. 20 laps. Well, we got 30 laps to go, I believe, after this one. Nah. Everyone, I think, is committed to pit again. I think Hards can make it, because obviously safety car, but mediums, I doubt it. I absolutely doubt it. But you never know. The drivers could prove me wrong. That's why I'm in the commentary box and not racing. Well, I do race quite a lot now. I race in 3 leagues now. Well, I used to race in 4, but one had sadly finished last week for a bit. Sad times. But yeah, I'm racing in 3 other leagues at the moment, and I'm finding it quite fun. But obviously you got to practice for them. So, is safety car coming in? No, but it's not. So it's going to stay out for one more lap. Hopefully the drivers will be more cleaner for the rest of the race, because the driving standards is a bit questionable. I think we've already had someone speeding in the pit lane. We've already had someone crash at the final corner. Ryan Berry, I believe, started... No, he didn't start on mediums. What did Ryan Berry start on again? No, I do not want to go on settings. Race director. Ryan Berry. He started on softs. There we go. Casper did not get pole. There has been at least one safety car. Carlos DNF'd. So there's quite a few bigger bingo squares ticked off, but one of it's going to be a line, I don't know. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, Matt Ryan has set up a bingo for us every week, and it's quite enjoyable to take part with, not gonna lie. And Ahmed has got a 5-second penalty with a severe collision with Ryan Berry. I am intrigued. And now the safety car is in, Flexi will be leading the field away. And hopefully we'll get to running with DRS, please. That would be amazing. Thank you to those of you who have stuck with us so far. And everyone is just getting a little bit of heat into their tyres. So let's see what the drivers could do. Here we go. This time, the person in second got a good getaway as well as Flexi. Pete as well. Let's see how they manage turn one. They cannot afford to make any mistakes. We've got 3 people in the pit, so they must have made collisions during the safety car, so they'll be coming in. So that promotes Mike up, that promotes Newgarden up. So Yuri, Ryan Berry and Ahmed are in the pits now. Yuri's on the softs, which is interesting. So he's probably committed to a strategy to try and overtake as many people as he possibly can. Hayden, he's having a good drive so far, but he's under pressure from Casper. Casper, I have to say, he's been looking very fast around this track. Jamie had a bit of a tank slapper there through 8. So this is allowing Hayden and Casper to catch up now. Yellow flag. Oh no, not another safety car. Ahmed's out the race and he's binned it. Oh, that could be a safety car. Guys! Oh my God. This is the 3rd safety car we've had. Oh my God. Are we going to have any finishes at this rate? Oh my God. So, if I were you, I would pit. I would get your free pit stop out of the way. But as the safety car... Oh, this is bad news for the 2 McLarens. The safety car has came out at the wrong time. They passed the pit lane just before the safety car came out. They must be kicking themselves. I think same with the ones, I think pretty much everybody. I think the only one that took advantage was Ryan Berry. Ryan Berry could win this race. His hard tyres could get to the end. He doesn't have to pit again. Yuri obviously will need to stop one more time. J-Luke as well. I don't know why J-Luke has gone for the soft tyres. I wondered the game is being a bit of a weird one and just choosing one tyres. It's happened to me quite a few times. Like, I picked it manually and it's only picked it on the set of softs. I'm like, no game, you're not meant to do that. So you got to just be aware of what tyres you pick. So, it's going to be a bit of a while before the safety car tries to catch up. The stewards are going to be so busy again. Jesus. But whilst we have the safety car again, it gives us a great opportunity to talk a bit about our social medias. Make sure you subscribe to us if you're liking the action so far. We are at VSL_F1. Obviously turn that red subscribe button to grey. Hit the notification bell if you're new as well, so you get notified every time we stream. We stream every Wednesday night at 8 PM. Well, most Wednesday nights anyway. And also hit that thumbs up button. You can also join our Discord, where you can chat to our drivers, admins, commentators, and other race fans who just like VSL, basically. So come and join us. We're very friendly. And I'm sure the ones, if you are new, people will make it welcome. And obviously, if a reserve space opens up, you'll be the first people to know on our Discord. So join our Discord. Much appreciated. That will be brilliant. And like I said earlier, don't forget to check out our sponsor at Rogue Energy. And you can use the code VSLF1 for 10% off. So cheeky plugs done there once again. Now, there was quite a few moments that happened at the Dutch Grand Prix. One of which was Gilles Villeneuve. His 1979 Dutch Grand Prix drive perhaps showcased the best and worst traits of the Ferrari driver. Villeneuve made a jump in 6th to 7th, pulled up a superb pass at Tarzan, but then picked up a slow puncher. He then spun at the new high-speed chicane, brilliantly keeping the car at the barriers but losing the lead. If his slow punch had not been apparent before, surely it would have been now be pressed on. So there we go. But anyway, safety car is in. Two McLarens are getting away once again, but the pit stops have costed them. Someone has gone off in the final corner. Jesus, there's more. Oh my God. There's more crashes. Jay Lucas spun. New Gardner spun as he's in the pits now. Tony, I think, spun as well. I don't know. I think people just finding the final corner very tricky today. To be honest, I would. I wouldn't. I've just seen Iceman's tweet apparently. Well, tweet all on track apparently. Another yellow flag. Obviously, that's New Garden coming out of the pits. Two McLaren's pulling away. But we've got Kieran who's trying to make a move around the inside of Mata into turn 9 or 10. I can't remember what corner it is. But Matt trying to make sure Kieran does not get any slipstream into turn 12. Both of these guys doing very, very well. Now, can we have a few green flag running, please? That's all I ask you guys. Just don't crash, please. I think we're okay. Mike's had a bit of a grazing in the final corner, but I think most people got away unscathed. Obviously, we still got New Garden. As Yuri is having a breakthrough moment there. He's gone round the long way around and got past Ryan Berry. Beautiful move he's done there. He's going to try and get a move on Mike as well. His soft pace is very good, but don't forget he just peered onto them. I do believe he will be going on to the mediums. Compound the tyres towards the end of the race. Or we can go on to another set of softs. It does depend. Well, it depends if he has enough left. He may not have enough left at this rate, which I doubt it. So obviously, Hayden, Casper and Matt Ryan, they won't need to pit for a while. Same with Matta and Kieran. But the two McLarens, they need to make their pit stop soon. Because their tyres would die, but with the fact that there's been 3 safety cars, they can stretch their softs in and they could do a soft to mediums. With how many safety cars have been in this race, it could be a soft to medium strategy. And finally, DRS is enabled. And, oh, another crash. Right, I'm not going to talk about crashing in the final corner again. That was just a commentator's curse right there. Ryan Berry is in the pits. VSC. A few spinners. Now, Mike was trying to get past Tony, but obviously due to the VSC, you're not allowed to overtake. And I don't think VSCs count towards, obviously, the safety car slots anymore. So if you were near the pit lane, like New Garden, Panos and Ryan Berry, you would have took advantage of the safety car. That VSC. But obviously they didn't pit, they pitted a lap ago. The game is just not updating that they've done 1 lap on the mediums already. So the VSC has been going on for quite a bit now. And we are underway again. Tony has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. So you'll have to come in and serve it within 3 laps. McLaren's pulling away again, but look at this. Casper trying to go around the left-hand side of Hayden into turn 1 and 2. Very understeery, don't forget. So they got to nail it. They got to be perfect. They got to leave as much space as they can. Oh! Hayden spun and he's in the wall. And he's lost his front wing. What a very poor thing for him. I'm absolutely gutted. He was doing so well. He was doing so well. So he'll just probably try and let the other cars through, which he does. So Hayden goes into the pits. He goes into the pits. Well, he was going to anyway because he's got no front wing. I wonder if he's got any floor damage because of it as well. I wonder. No one close on track unless you're Tony. And one of Tony's picked any damage. And the yellow flag is Hayden limping with a damaged front wing. So hopefully the drivers around him know not to go near him, because otherwise there would be an incident. But we've got one of the McLarens trying to go and get past Flexi. Now, I thought they were going to go into the pits then, one of them. But not yet. And I think once they get past lap 17, they will make the soft to medium strategy work. If there was no safety car, they would have made it work. So they were quite lucky to have those 3 safety cars. So they don't have to touch the hards. And I've driven the hards on the last game around at Anvil, and it feels horrible. I can't imagine what it's like on this year's game. I should have gave it a try earlier on, but I just never got round to it. So Tony down in 11th position. He gets past Panos. Panos is having a bit of a nightmare of the race at the moment, but he's trying to go side by side with Tony. Panos gets past, and now he's going to try and get past the other Alpine driver. Another yellow flag. Newgarden out of the race. Safety car again. And again, the two... Oh, do the two McLarens pit? They do pit. So the safety car does come out the right time. Pete had to slow down to avoid the loss of time due to the double stat. Casper is going to gain quite a bit here. Pete is not, obviously due to him having a double stat. But he's only got... I think he's lost 2 places. Yeah, he's lost 2 places, which for him is not bad. But if you want to score good points in the constructors, you've got to work harder. And that's gained quite a bit as well. So Pete's on the hards, so is Flexi. I would have gone on the mediums. They would have made it to the end easy. But I'm guessing they just don't trust my strategy judgment, you know? They just don't trust it. I always look at strategies as a commentator before I start. I write down every possible strategy. And I just thought they would go on mediums. Tony and Hayden have been very smart. They've gone on mediums. Same with Petrodax, he's also on mediums. Kieran has gone smart too. Now, if nobody's got any penalties, which is good. Oh. So penalties, I think, could come into fruition if they're not careful, but I don't think there's many places where you can invalidate around here compared to some other tracks, which for some of the drivers they're probably relieved about. So as it stands in the drivers' standings, obviously Flexi sitting in 3rd. What does 3rd place get again? I don't know. 3rd place gets, if I look at my folder, which has got the point in. 3rd place gets 18 points. So he's on 139. So let me get my calculator out. Yes, I can't do mental maths. 139 plus 18. So he will be on 157. Panos would be only on 2, 3. 51, 52. So the gap, Flexi would be your championship leader as it stands. Obviously, Patino and Yuri, they're going to try and get it to the end, but I don't think it's feasible. So those two will be pitting again. Flexi obviously will make it to the end. No. Oh my goodness. Casper has probably done a big bottle. I think it's the game putting him on the wrong tyre. I know he either selected hards or mediums, but the game put him on the soft compound of tyres. That is so frustrating for Casper. And I think he would have been on for the win. Casper would have been on for the win. But because he will have to pit once more, But we're running out of safety cars, so he can't have another safety car to make sure the softs last a bit longer. So interesting. Now the safety car is going in. Vitinho, he's got to nail this restart now. Because obviously Sam did the last few restarts, I think. 5-second penalty for Ryan Berry, but the one who got the best restart, I think, was Flexi. Pete trying to go. Pete's had a spin. Luckily, he's ghosted. Casper's out. Where did Casper retire? Oh, Casper, both Casper and Matt Ryan had a bit of a spin again. They are dropping like flies. This is crazy. This is turning to be a race of attrition right now. But Panos, he is on absolute fire right now. And I mean literally, he is going to potentially gain loads of places and try and get past Ryan Berry. Now, I don't think there was any safety cars. Thank goodness. I think we ran out of safety cars. That's probably why. I'm sure we had... This is our fourth, isn't it? Was our fourth a moment ago? And then we had a VSC. So, I think that's enough. I don't know. Unless there's one more. I don't know. I'm a bit confused. But anyway. Vitinho leads Flexi by 1.3 seconds. Obviously, the hards being quite a bit slower compared to the mediums. But obviously, the hards, being the more durable tyre. Kieran. He's in the bad position right now. Those mediums could last till the end of the race. So he's got to make it count. He's on for a good result here today. He's been showing his form this season. He's currently sitting P7 in the standings. There was a few races ago where he was made a full-time driver in VSL. And there's also been some races where he felt like he could have done a bit better. But he's planted the car really well. Panos! Try to get past Ryan Berry. Does he? Yes, he does. We also got Petrodax as well. Could it be a Ferrari 5-6? It could be. Petrodax try and leave as much space they can to the Alpine. But this could be a bit of a squeeze there. Yellow flag. That is Pete has gone for a bit of a spin again. And to be honest, I spun there quite a few times, so I understand obviously why Peter's gone to a bit of a spin there. But Kieran is looking very good on the back of Yuri into turn one. Could he get him? Obviously no DRS enabled yet. Kieran looking good on corner exit. But Yuri has the better straight line speed. Panos as well. I wonder, because I think Panos is faster than Kieran, so I wonder if Panos is going to gain some time. And there is a reason to keep going as well, because wherever you finish, as long as you finish the race, you will get the fastest lap point if you get the fastest lap. And the fastest lap point is 2 points. So if you got a big gap, like say Pete or Matt Ryan, maybe pit for the softs like lap 31, lap 32. Try and get the best opportunity. Do a Sergio Perez, like he did in the Brazilian, well, it was called Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Now, yellow flag. Vitinho has had a bit of a moment. So that is Sam, now your race leader on track. Yuri now P2, Kieran P3. But isn't it inevitable? Can Kieran get past Yuri? Yuri is the home favourite, don't forget. But Kieran is going to try and spoil the party. Obviously, Lewis Hamilton did not spoil the party in Zandvoort when we were there in real life. Another yellow flag. I didn't see who that was. That's probably Pete again, but I don't know. But anyway, Petrodax having a battle with Vitinho now. So pretty much the top 11 are quite close together now. And I'm wondering if the track temperature is quite hot as well, which is probably why they're struggling a bit more. DRS activated. Here comes Petrodax. I think he hasn't got... Well, he did have the DRS, but he wasn't quite close enough then to make the move. Kieran. Take 3 or 4, I would say. This is a great battle between the two of them. Oh! Yuri's in the wall! Oh, no! Yuri! Oh, he's in an awkward spot. He needs to go... Oh, careful, Yuri. He almost hit Petrodax. But luckily, Yuri has made it into the pits. Oh, Yuri. He's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Yuri. Oh, this is not the first commentator's curse I did this race. I think I should shut up with that. But anyway. And that's allowed Kieran to have a little bit of a breathing space now. Luckily, Yuri's crash did not end up in a retirement because that could have been way, way worse. So he's probably relieved in that sense that there's no retirements there. Who is the closest battle on track? We have got Mike on Ryan Berry. Now, Mike's using his ERS quite a bit. He's on 40%. Ryan Berry's on 14%. So Mike has a little bit more of an advantage. So we can defend from the guys behind and attack in front. Whereas Ryan Berry can't really use much ERS to defend. So Ryan Berry is going to be in a lot of trouble. So Mike is pushing for dear life. So is Hayden. Hayden's got quite a bit of ERS to use as well. So Hayden's going to try and capitalise on Mike's mistakes. I have to say, fair play to Mike. Mike is also doing a brilliant job so far. Those tyres can get to the end. But don't forget, I do believe there's going to be quite a few stewards' inquiries coming from this race. So the stewards are going to be quite busy, but that doesn't mean we could stop watching this action because this action is incredible. Late lunge coming from the Alfa Romeo driver, but the Haas holds on there. Mike stays in 5th position. Here comes Tony in the party as well. He's got the DRS as well, and he's got the slipstream. Oh, he almost hit Hayden. That was very close. Very close, but he just about held it together, which was great to see. So we can see the Alfa Romeo driver. I think he's going to close in now. He's got DRS. I think Mike has DRS as well, but I can't see the Deltas. There we go. The Deltas are back. Here comes Hayden. Oh, Jesus. Close moves. And definitely there's been some close shaves today. And Tony, the Alpine. I think Tony must like being on the back of this as well because we can see the train going closer and closer. And look also who's joined in the frame. It is Matter in the Williams. And there's only 2 drivers that got penalty so far. I believe all of them were from the safety car. Yes, they were. Ryan Berry with a 5-second penalty and Yuri. And oh, Mike's gone for a spin. Mike, you were doing so well. Why do I always talk good about a driver and suddenly they spin? Mike. Well, to be fair, at least Mike is still going. So, fair play to Mike. But anyway, Kieran is challenging for the race lead. That was a brilliant move through turn 1 there. He had the DRS as well, which helped. Sam, unfortunately, did not have the DRS. Matter goes into the pits. He'll be going on into the soft combat tyres, most likely. Yes, he does. He feels like the gap wasn't too much, and he feels like he can make some moves done in turn 1 especially, and through turn 12, because those are the main DRSs. So the question is, can Kieran hold on his lead until the end of the race? Even though he's on the softer tyre, Flexi's tyre is the most durable. And And I doubt there's going to be any more safety cars. Yellow flag. Oh my god, I just jinxed it, didn't I? I just completely jinxed it. Yuri has retired. Sector 1 there. That is quite weird through that banking. No safety car. Okay. I think the game's just like, you know what? No safety cars, please. As Pete. I think Patrick Dax got past Pete quite comfortably there. We're starting some moves here. Hayden's got past Ryan Berry. Vitinho's had a bit of a spin. Final corner again. And Mata almost touched him. That was a bit too close for comfort there. We're on lap 26 now. Not that long to go until the end of the race. We're at the final third now. So, Pete. Soft compounded tyres he goes. So like I said, he's potentially going to go for the fastest lap. Vitinho, I think, is going to be doing the same. To be honest, as long as you're a survivor, you're going to get points because the top 12, well, there's only 12 runners in this race now. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 retirements. 8. Jeez. Please, whoever's making the calendar for next season, just don't put Zandvoort in. Because there were just like, there was just so many crashes, it was ridiculous. But anyway, Kieran still leads. Flexi second. Panos, though, is right back in the contention for the race win. So, as it stands, I think Panos would be leading the championship by quite a bit, actually. But he needs to get past Flexi first, because otherwise Flexi would close the gap to around about 9 points. So, oh, Panos almost had a crash there, but he just about saved it. So fair play to Panos. They're keeping it together. Past the banking then. This could be Panos' chance to overtake. He's not using his overtake. I'm just watching his... Oh! Panos! Panos gone to the gravel chat. Oh, his tyres are cooked. Vitinho has retired. Panos has binned it. Ah. I'm sorry. I talk about good things about a drive. Oh, I should... Oh, jeez. But I can't not talk about bad things about a driver. But anyway, Tony does get past Mike. Luckily, Panos got away with major damage, but I wonder if he will be pitting for softs now. Look at his tyres. His tyres is cooked because his tyres have been in a little bit of gravel. So I think it's down to a three-way fight for the win now. And let's look at the position changes. So, Kieran up 4. Flexi stay where he is. Hayden up 10. Ryan Berry up 8. Tony up 4. Mike up 11. Dax up 1. Matt Ryan up 4. And Panos will be down 3 now, as he's got a damaged front wing there. Hopefully Monza will be clean in a few weeks' time, but after seeing what's happening tonight, I can't promise anything, unfortunately. But we'll see. You never know. They can prove me wrong. They could definitely prove me wrong. So we're almost heading towards lap 30. Will be 7 laps to go soon. Yes, Panos will be going for the fastest lap and repairing his damaged front wing. So we'll see if he gets those extra 2 points for fastest lap. Will he do a Sergio Perez? We'll have to wait and see. Not much battles happening in the moment. They're all in their separate battles. I think pretty much everyone has got involved in some sort of incident. I don't think anyone has got away with it. I think everyone has had at least some sort of spin. But the most important thing is how you recover from a spin. And that is what these drivers have got to focus on for the remaining 7 laps of this race. And I wonder how Flexi is doing, because he could be on for another victory. Kieran could be on for his first victory at VSL. We could see a maiden winner around this track. Let us know in chat. Who do you think is going to win this race? Is it going to be Kieran? Is it going to be Flexi? Is it going to be Hayden? Or is it going to be someone else? All these questions will be asked in around about 5-10 minutes time. With how short this lap is, anything can happen. Heading towards turn 3 and 4, then they go. Up this really tricky banking. Flexi's just getting more speed and more traction here. Both of them want the win, but they got to keep it clean. They've got to keep it consistent. Because otherwise, that could have some serious repercussions going into the championship. But they're behaving well so far, but we'll see if Flexi, maybe Flexi has saved his pace towards the end. Maybe he's not pushing that much yet. But he is pushing, because he's on 6%. He's using overtake now. Kieran is not pushing, he's saving his ERS, which could affect him in the long run, and it can help him defend for his life. Hayden is using his ERS even though he's got some clear air, but he knows that he's got a wild Ryan Berry being chased at the moment. So, I'm just trying to see who's been pushing and who's not. I think everybody, apart from maybe Dax, is on about 20-30%. Dax has been saving, probably because he wants to go for fastest lap. Who has got fastest lap so far? It belongs to Petra Dax, but it is quite close between himself and Panos. Panos could get it here. Nope, he's 4 attempts down. Oh, so he's going to need pretty much a miracle, but you never know. Lap 33, then 4 laps to go now. This is make or break time. And I don't think Sam is liking the dirty air that he has in front of him. So this may compromise him a little bit. That's why he's probably a little bit too further back, because the closer he gets to him, the less downforce you're going to gain, and it is obviously hard to follow these cars, obviously these F1 cars anyway. Imagine what it's going to be like in Qatar. Apparently it's going to be quite tricky to follow other cars due to the massive dirty air that Qatar has. So, I wonder. I am going to be a bit open about Qatar, but I don't know. I'm not a massive fan. Yellow flag. Petra Dax has had a bit of a spin. Hopefully it's just a spin. Hopefully there's not any damage or anything. Careful. Don't hit the curb. Do not hit the curb. And yellow flag again. Oh, it's Sam. Sam's binned it. Sam has unfortunately binned it. Final corner. Has he made contact with anybody? Let me have a look. Incidents. There is quite a lot of incidents. No. So I think he just binned it himself. Because otherwise it would say he made a collision with someone. No. So he binned it himself, final corner. That is so annoying for Flexi. He could have been on for another race win. But now he's on the softs. The more that he can hope now is to gain some extra points for the fastest lap. So he can close in on the gap on Panos. Petrodax, 5-second penalty. Speeding in the pit lane. This can come back to bite them at the end of this race. Because of Flexi spinning, Kieran's gap is 11.3 seconds. He's got 2 laps to go to bring this home. Can he do it? Can he bring his first win in VSL? Ryan Berry's had a good results too so far, but pretty much both Alpines. So I think Alpine is going to climb up a lot in the Constructors. Obviously Alpine is in 5th at the moment. Petrodax is out the race now, so we're down to 10 drivers. Coutinho retired as well. And I have to say, fair play to the guys that are staying out, because you are going to get some decent points out of all of this. And I think this is the second race. Well, I think obviously Monaco and Baku had the most retirements. I think this follows directly after that. But my oh my, Sam, that move there was brilliant. I know he was on the soft tyres, but I have to say that was control, because I wouldn't want to go for a move there. I would be scared for someone to launch it up the inside of me. Really good from Sam. Up to 5th place. He could still get close to Tony. He could still, I don't know, it's going to be close between Panos and Flexi in the championship. We are on the final lap of this race. Matt Ryan, I think it's going to be too late for the fastest lap, my friend, but I have to say, Hayden for going from 13th to 2nd, I have to say, Hayden has pulled off a stellar performance. Now, he said in the chat that he wanted a fresh start. New name with new team, fresh start. Well, this is definitely a fresh start that he's been looking for, and I'm sure his new esports team would be happy about that as well. They're probably watching this back or hearing about what happened and stuff like that. So he's kept it calm, he's kept it collected. Ryan Berry as well. It's going to be on the podium unless Tony can find a 10th on Ryan Berry. Only time will tell. But let's watch this man. He can celebrate early if he wants to, but he just got to get it to the line. We don't want him to bin it in the final corner. Tony, no, Kieran. Kieran comes across the line and he wins his first race at VSL. Brilliant stuff from him. Hataro, also known as Hayden, comes across the line in P2. And Ryan Barry will get the podium on track, but it will be Tony that will round off the podium, I think. If my maths is correct. Yes, it is correct. Ryan Berry 4th, Flexi 5th, Matter 6th. Mike will come across the line in 7th. And then we're just waiting for Pete and Panos, with Matt Ryan being a lap down. And I've just seen Kieran in our group chat, and his relief is second to none then. He was just screaming, saying yes. Oh! And Pete's out the race. So that will promote Panos up a position. It won't promote Matt Ryan up a position to lap down. I believe Pete will still be classified because of it, but just a lap down. So, and Panos taking an interesting line through the final corner there. So I do believe Hayden will be getting driver of the day. Yes, he does. So, if I was to pick because there's usually 2 or 3 people, I would have to give it to Kieran and Hayden. I will have to, I don't know if the other admins choose or if I choose, I don't know, but if I have to pick 2 drivers of the day, it will be Kieran and Hayden. They've driven amazing today, took advantage of any carnage that happened, and they just stuck to the strategy. Kieran doing soft means, I believe, but that did help with the safety car, but he had great skill on the move he made on Flexi to take the lead. Incredible. So there we go then. Kieran. From Hayden, from Tony, from Ryan Baird. The only driver to pick up a penalty. Flexi will get the 2 extra points for fastest lap. Matter 6th, Mike 7th, Panos 8th, Pete Knight, Matt Ryan 10th. And your retirements are Petrodax, Vitinho, Yuri, Casper, Newgarden, J. Luke, Ahmed, Iceman, Kev and Kyle. Jeez, there was a lot of retirements and the stewards are going to be very busy. But that has been the Dutch Grand Prix. And just a quick reminder, we are not racing next week. The drivers and ourselves as commentators are having a break week. So we will be back on December. 1st December. Wow. So on the 1st December, we'll be racing at Monza. And then after that, we'll be racing in Imola. So we got 2 Italy tracks in a row coming up. But hopefully next week the drivers will use the break to recharge their batteries. I will be using my break in the comms box quite productively actually. So, but I probably will be using it as a chill. But there we go. So I think tonight's race just strongly shows that we just please do not race in Zandvoort again next season. If there was a vote, just don't race in Zandvoort. And I am going to warn the stewards that you are going to expect quite a few stewards reports. So good luck. Even though I'm in the stewards as well. But anyway. So I've been JessGames95. I've been solo commentating today. Hopefully Matt will join me next week. Well, 2 weeks time actually. For the Italian Grand Prix. Have a good evening. We will see you next time. Don't forget to check our sponsor, Rogue Energy. You can check out their website, rogueenergy.com. You can use the code VSLF1 for 10% off. I've been Jess. Have a good evening and good night.